another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is iBoxingHub. I go by the name of BNG, featuring yours truly, Troy. What's good?
Good, cuz. What's going on? You cool? How's your weekend?
All good. All good. Can't complain. Can't complain. I take it you're happy with the results, Man U and Arsenal.
To be honest, cuz I can't even lie to you. I know Al Heyman's an Arsenal fan, but I couldn't care less about them, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, let's go straight into boxing. So, did you enjoy the undercard?
Yeah, it was good undercard, good fights. Moses Atuma, Anthony Yarde. We saw a good undercard. We saw a good matchup in general. I think the whole fight card was tremendous. No complaints on my end. Entertainment, worth the money, and obviously you got to big up Queensberry. You got to big up Frank Warren. You got to big up the fighters, everyone involved, for just putting on a good show for the fans, really. So, look, I'm just excited that, we saw a good event. But, cuz, what I want to ask you, before we sort of get into the main event as well, what did you think of the fighters in the undercard, the results? Like, let's start off with, Moses Atuma, for example. What did you think?
He's a good prospect. Yeah, he's definitely up there. He's only what, 18 or 19?
He's a young kid, yeah, exactly. And big up Bukayo Saka, who's obviously involved in the discussions. Sorry that Arsenal couldn't get the result today, but a draw is a good one. And he's obviously confirming that Bazza did tell us on this show how good Moses Atuma is. Look, big up Bazza. Big up the work that he's obviously doing on his end. And he said it best. Moses Atuma is a prospect, is a great talent for the future. And look, it's exciting times right now, man. I can't even lie. 18 years old.
Only 18. He wants, I remember he had an interview with Gareth Davis. He said he wants to beat Mike Tyson's record. He wants to become the youngest heavyweight champion of the world, which that would have to be next year then, isn't it? If everything goes to plan. There's a possibility, but he needs more fights, I reckon. But he's good. He's really good. Take time, but he's good.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I think, let him just take time. He just needs to continue to do what he does. He's got a very good amateur record. I know he only had sort of 20-odd undefeated, but he's gone straight into the pros, and look, he's done a tremendous job thus far. And I just hope he just continues to do what he does best, which is just being active, fighting. He's young, he's fearless, he's courageous, and, he's daring for greatness. The fact that he's, calling for Mike Tyson's record to be broken, that's massive credit to him. And he's a good prospect for the future. I definitely feel that we'll be talking about Moses Atuma in the near future, definitely.
100%, 100%. 100%. Do you know what? Now I'm just I'm happy that Anthony Yarde's back. I want to see him fight the winner of Boatsi and Dan Aziz. That will be an interesting one. Not just that. Zach Parker wants to fight Anthony Yarde. That should be an interesting fight if it does happen.
Is it Zach Parker that fought John
Ryder?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I think it will be a good fight. But look, we both know the fight that we want to see, which obviously Frank Warren confirmed yesterday, is, we need to see Yarde fighting the winner between Dan Aziz and Joshua Buatsi. I think that's the fight that we all want to see. That's the domestic bout that we all want to see in England as well. And big up to Palamos Music as well. He's always consistent with his support. Big up to you. And he's obviously saying Alois Jr. Big up to him as well. Big up to him.
Do you know what? I think Yarde should fight the winner, Dan Aziz Buatsi, and the loser should fight Lyndon Arthur.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Definitely. Lindenhoff is also a fighter that is potentially in that list as well of a great domestic fight. Yes, he's not really looked the best in his past few fights, but look, he's holding a registered title, so anything's possible.
Of course. Well, let's move on to the main event.
The main event of the evening. So we had Big Bang Zhilei Zhang versus the Juggernaut Joyce. And look, Palamos Music, good question. He's obviously asking, are iBoxingHub reaching the Josh and Dan fight? We'd love to meet you there. Look, definitely, we're looking to obviously be there. Hopefully the schedule for BNJ is good. Hopefully the schedule for myself is good, so I could squeeze myself in there. That's a massive fight. And look, I've met Dan Aziz personally, and he's a top guy. He's hungry, and I definitely feel that he's got potential opportunity here to put a mark on, especially in the division.
Boy, I can't wait for that event. I literally can't wait. I literally cannot wait, because it's a 50-50 with that one there. It's definitely a 50-50. South London is having it. So yeah, but yeah, we're back to yesterday's main event. Joyce and Zhang. I mean, just before we go into we talk about the fight, what was your prediction before the fight?
Look, we did the prediction on here. My prediction was Zhang to stop Joyce, but in between rounds 7, 8, and 9. That's what I obviously called. I was way off with that prediction in terms of him, doing that in 3 rounds. But I don't think anyone predicted that. Zhang, just put on a tremendous performance, and we saw what he done. And what he done was absolutely tremendous. So big up Zhang as well. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Joyce, he didn't look right in there, etc." But all the praise needs to go to Big Bang, because not only did he win the first fight, which he did conclusively, this time round he made sure that there is no doubt. The fact that he got the Juggernaut on the ground, and big up to the Juggernaut as well. The fact that after a shot like that, I thought that was it. The fact that he still got up in the 10 count, you still got to give the man credit. He's got a heart of a lion. And look, I know he'll bounce back. A lot of people are saying he should retire. He should stop boxing. He shouldn't, continue. Look, these things happened. He fought against a great fighter in Zhang. And look, he could live on to fight another day.
Yeah, I just I predicted revenge. I thought Joe was gonna stop Zhang mid to late round. I was feeling wrong. Yeah, if I'm honest, the whole game plan was just wrong, which is completely wrong. I mean, look, he's been in a ring with Zhang first time as a southpaw. I understand these boxers, they struggle with southpaws. They need to fight more southpaws. I understand they do the duel and training and that, but it's different to actually fighting a southpaw. I was actually impressed with round 1 with Joyce. He took his time, but I just think that in round 2, Zhang got frustrated, and then he started trading. He started trading with Zhang. That's where it went wrong. And after round 2, he already seemed tired. So I think the weight that he put on, I think it was just too much. Me personally, if I went in that rematch, I would have went in lighter. Well, the same weight from the first fight, and move around more. But again, his defense is not, I don't know what it is. Like, he's stiff. I know he's the Juggernaut, but it's like his head doesn't move, and this is a problem in the heavyweight division. These boxers, they tend to get hit too much. Now, it's important. The sweet science of boxing is like what? Not get hit right, or not get hit as much. But these boxers are getting hit too much, where in the long run, it's going to cause too much damage. You know what I mean? But yeah, Zhang, with that knockout, it would have dropped anyone. Fury, Wilder, AJ, because he used his whole body, and he's 20 stones. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just I don't know. I don't know. I just think, well, Zhang is the boogeyman, isn't it? He's the boogeyman. But the problem is, where would you rank Zhang in the heavyweight rankings? 4. So number 1 is Fury. Number 2 is Usyk.
I'll go with Usyk number 1. Usyk number 1, Fury 2, just for activity really. 3, it would be sort of a joint between Wilder and Joshua, and Zhang's falling there. I think Zhang is the person who will replace either Joshua or Wilder in that list. You could potentially even put him ahead of both of them now because he's holding the WBO interim title. So what that means is he's in line for a title shot against Usyk. And obviously Palamos, big up as well. Thanks for getting involved in discussions. He's saying, look, we want to see Zhang versus Fury next, but Fury duck it. Because look, before we sort of get to that one, I sort of have to just say this. I don't think Zhang was frustrated in the first few rounds. What I generally think happened is Zhang was collecting data in his first few rounds, and he was seeing that in terms of South. Remember, I mentioned this in the pod as well, cuz I don't think Joyce had enough time to make the adjustments to fight a southpaw, because it seemed like he was, even though he's not, it seemed like he was a novice fighting southpaws for the sort of very first time, which was the case. It's not his fault. He's not fought enough southpaws, but I just generally think that this is going to be a lesson learned for him. He can gain experience from this so that when he fights another southpaw, he's going to have to learn how to deal with it. Because I think that if he was maybe an orthodox fighter that he was fighting, maybe he would have been more inclined to be able to dodge the shots because he's used to it. But when it's a southpaw landing certain shots, it's a bit, not awkward, but if you've not fought enough southpaws, you're not used to the angles that they land. They're very unpredictable in terms of the angles that he's catching him, especially in some of the shots, man. So that backhand catching him as always, but I think what switched it was when he landed that right hook. That just, Joe Joyce wasn't ready for that, and I think he was calculating that as well.
Yeah, I mean, no, you got a valid point there. Can you see Fury fighting Zhang next? Me personally, I can't see it happening because Zhang is pretty much mandatory to fight Usyk for one of the titles, and my understanding, after Fury's exhibition fight, him and Usyk should be fighting in the new year. Now, Zhang, the only person I can see Zhang fighting just to keep busy, it could potentially be Derek Chisora.
I can't see. I think Zhang now, we've got to put some respect to Zhang,
man. No. I'm not disrespecting. What I'm saying is, it's just like, obviously he's beaten Joyce. There's no point of Zhang, let's just say if because Zhang's now got a deal with Queensberry. I'm not too sure how many fights it is. I can't really see him fighting Triple D. I can't see that fight happening. I can see him fighting Derek Chisora. The reason why I say that, because Derek Chisora said he's got about, what, I believe 3 or 4 fights left in him. And initially people were talking about Derek Chisora and Zhang fighting. This was when Zhang had lost to Herkovich, and people said Derek Chisora and Zhang should fight each other in China. But Fury, again, I don't know, unless, the only way I can see Zhang fighting Fury, if this fight takes place in China and if the money's right. I can see that happening.
Nah, definitely. I think if the money's right, that fight will happen. And look, Palamos, big up Palamos with his comment. He's saying, get Johnny Fisher versus Zhang next. Big John's got the Chinese covered. Bosh. Now, big up Palamos music for that comment. That Johnny Fisher, he's got tremendous talent. I think he's definitely one for the future for sure. Look, I think that fight makes sense. Zhang versus Fury. But Gareth A. Davis actually said it the best. I think if the Usyk fight doesn't happen, if the Fury fight doesn't happen, Wilder. I want to see the Big Bang versus the Bronze Bomber. That will be explosions, man. That will be a big fight in the States. It will happen, and it can happen as well. He's already kind of, not kind of, he's sort of based in the States anyway through his coaches and training. They know about him in the States. So I think this fight will generate a lot of noise, man.
And Palamos music, yeah, that's true. Or I can see Chisora fighting Joyce. Because that fight was supposed to happen years ago. It never happened, but it was supposed to happen. Wilder, I can actually see Wilder fighting Zhang. Reason why I say this is because, again, Wilder gets past Zhang, I believe he does. He's mandatory to fight Usyk. Do you know what I mean? So it's, even though people are saying heavyweight division is trash, but hey, there's a new. It's just a madness. It's just a madness because anything's possible now. Yeah,
definitely.
Do you guys see Zhang being a threat to Fury?
Oh yeah, if he could land shots like that, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And you know what it is? Him being the southpaw as well. He's not just a. I know his name is Big Bang Zhang, and he's got the Big Bang shot. I know it's that. But we've seen that his boxing IQ is very high in terms of how he dealt with Joyce. Like, the way he dealt with him was very conclusive, very technical. The way he landed the shots, you know, he landed that sort of body shot to get him wondering what's going next, and then boom, that big shot, that big shot with the right hand, man. So. It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
I don't know. I mean, okay, Zhang and Wilder. How do you see that one going?
It's a tough one, man. I like both guys as well. If I was gonna pick a fighter to win that fight, it would obviously be Wilder. But Big Bang Zhang, someone's getting knocked out in that fight for me. If that fight is gonna happen, someone is getting knocked out clean, because if Zhang's landing them shots, like you said just earlier on in the pod, anyone's getting knocked out in the heavyweight division. If Wilder's landing his equalizer, baby, good night. You know it's that, man.
Yeah. Oh, that. Do you know what? I'm more interested to see Zhang and Wilder than Zhang and Fury. I think Zhang and Fury will be a boring fight. I think there's going to be too many. Fury's going to fight like a Coley.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would do it to win, though. Fury, that's
of course. Because I don't think Fury ain't going to stand there and trade with him. No way.
But one thing that Fury's got, though, cuz, man, and this is why I rate Fury highly. Not only is he a skilled boxer, masterful boxer, but he's got that Undertaker trait, man, where, look, you saw against Wilder, when he's in bad situations, he's able to just sort of overturn it and turn it into a good thing. We saw it against Wilder a few times, the first one, and also the third fight as well. He wasn't even really 100% for that third fight, but he still, you know, came up from the knockdowns, and he obviously got the job done, man. So that's one of the things that I appreciate about Fury, is that he's able to turn around negative situations within the fight. So if he's getting knocked down or if a situation's happening, you just know with Fury that the only way to beat this man is nail him to the floor, literally. And that's what Wilder did try a few times.
Yeah. Well, technically, the first fight, when he nailed him to the floor, well, we also happened there. But yeah, it's true. Well, moving on swiftly. Did you watch the Conor Benn fight?
Oh yeah, of course I did. Yeah, it's the long-awaited return of the Destroyer. You know, son of the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. You know, legend. Yeah, you know what? He got the rounds in. Tony Sims will be happy that he got the rounds in. After a long period out of the ring. I think he was mentioning that it was about it's been over 18 months.
Yes.
Good performance. It wasn't sort of the performance that everyone expected. Maybe everyone expected him to sort of get him out in between under sort of 5 rounds, let's say. But the person he fought, very durable Mexican, came to fight. You know what? That fight also made me realize that maybe the weight division of 154, I'm not too sure with Conor Benn and 154. But I think if he landed those same shots on welterweights, then I think he would have, got the job done, man. But look, what's next? If you were sort of Eddie Hearn right now, and you're obviously picking a fight for him next, after this performance that you've seen, who are you going for next? What are you adjusting?
Just judging on the fight yesterday, even though Conor's saying he doesn't want to say ring rust because he said he's been inside the gym throughout, but that's different because you're sparring, you're not really fighting. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think ideally, I think he should have 2 more warm-up fights before he fights Eubank Jr. But then on the other hand, I think, do you know what? It makes sense because look, Conor's 25, 26, Eubank's 34. And if this fight is going to be like their biggest payday, make it happen. Conor Benn, win or lose, you can still go back to 147. Do you know what I mean? And challenge for a welterweight title. Whereas Eubank Jr., I don't think he's interested in the champion in the world titles because he knows the people who are carrying the belts, their name don't really carry weight and there's not that much money in it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas him fighting the likes of Conor Benn and Canelo in the near future, he's making money and then he can retire happy.
Because I still think that, even though the names of the world champions don't carry weight, regardless though, cuz man, I know these guys are prize fighters. I know obviously they're in it for the big money fights, etc. But look, at the end of the day, you look at some of the legends of the sports of the past. Let's say, for example, like a Carl Froch, for example, like you see him in his podcasts, which I do love, man. So guys, if you've not watched it, watch Froch on Boxing. Definitely very informative. But you normally see when he's obviously at home, what do you see behind? You see the world titles, man. Like I'm sure, like at some point, like regardless of money and you being in the sport, you have to definitely do it for legacy as well, man. And get these titles, and then after you've got the titles, go for these big fights. That's why Crawford, I 1000% respect the man. Why? Because he could retire now, and he's all right. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame because there's a 2-time undisputed champion. Charlo could not do the same, but he's been undisputed champion. These guys have won titles, man. So I'm just saying, I would want, like, as a massive Chris Eubank fan, man, I would want him to, get a world title. And after he gets that world title, if it's not a world title fight next, if you can get Canelo into the country or Triple G, yes. But I just think, like, with the whole Conor Benn thing, that's going to be a big fantasy fight, yes. But I feel that he still has unfinished business within his sort of weight category, his division,
I hear that, but it's just, remember, we're boxing already, it's a risky sport, any fight can be your last fight, do you know what I mean? And sometimes he, as a fighter, he's seeing it from a business point of view. It's just like, look, me fighting Conor Benn, win or lose, I've made my biggest payday. Let's just say, for argument's sake, let's just say 30 million, yeah? Now, me fighting the likes of, I don't know, the current world champion, I'm probably making 2 million and whatnot. It's great, but we're at a time now where it used to be legacy, but majority of the time now is money. Because once it's all said and done, the belts do nothing. It's the money that you've made and the investment you've done. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't fight for a world title, but I'm just thinking like, he's 34 now. And like, I don't know how long left he's got in this sport. He can retire, I don't know, after his next fight. I don't know. Whereas Conor, he's young, and like him fighting Eubank, he's going up. Is it 2 weights, right? Now, yeah, 2 weight division. Now, win or lose, he can still go back to welterweight and become a world champion, and then he can retire himself. Do you know what I mean? So I think right about now they're in a position where make it happen. I mean, look, remember.
How do you know? How do you know? Because let's say I'm not putting anything out there. So guys, look, I'm not putting anything out there. But let's say he does this fight, goes up with 2 weight divisions, and this fight's damaging to the point where he's like, you know, he's hurt real bad. He can't come back. Like, you know, every time a fighter goes in the ring, it's definitely gonna be their last fight, man. And
yeah,
I just think that yes, the being a champion right now may not bring this revenue right now, but when you're, you know, finished with the sport, you're done, you're retired, who gives you a call after your achievements? The Boxing Hall of Fame. Wouldn't you want a name amongst these legends that are there? The only way that can happen is not by fighting a Conor Benn per se.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
He has to fight champions. He has to fight the Triple Gs, the Canelos. That's why if I was advising Junior, I'd say, look, that fight's gonna be there. He's a young cat, man. Get your focus on being a champion. When you become a champion, then we could do what you said. Maybe if he moves up, Conor can challenge him for the belt. True.
No, that's a good point. That is a good point. But like I said, it's the boxing's changed. It's like, look, okay, a different scenario. It's like you've got Tommy Fury, right? He's come from a boxing family, but he's fighting a YouTuber. And the reason why he's fighting a YouTuber, KSI, because he's making money from that fight. Look, he fought Jake Paul. He got paid $4 million, like his biggest paycheck. Him fighting a normal pro boxer, he ain't generating that money.
He's getting beaten. That's why he's not generating money. Because look, Tommy Fury against the pros will get smacked up. I'm just saying it. He will get smacked up. I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, but if he's going in the ring with Jake Paul, for example, and because I've seen him say a few things. Oh, took out. No, you didn't. You just about took out Jake Paul. Yeah, just about. But what happened at the end of the round? The last round, Jake Paul got him down. I don't want to hear anything about slips. No, he got him down with a legitimate shot. So if Jake Paul's doing that to Tommy Fury, then you look at what weight division is Tommy Fury, by the way? So Yarde, come on, man, he will get eaten alive. Yarde, Boatsi, Craig Richards, Dan Aziz, like Lyndon Arthur. He won't beat Lyndon Arthur. He won't beat none of these guys if he's gonna fight like heavyweight.
Remember, he's still a novice. His brother said it. Tommy's he's still a novice, you know. So he's only had like what? This is his 6th or 7th professional fight. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But back to what I'm saying, this is like he's doing it for the money. He's doing it for the money. If there was an opportunity for him to fight for a world title, I believe he may take that risk. But hey, it is what it is.
Even Palamos Music saying it best here. Big up. Al Heyman, could you bring up the last comment as well, by any chance? Yes. Big up, Adri Pennant. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Zhilei Zhang versus Alexander Usyk would be awesome in China. Yes, we definitely agree. That's a fight that we need to see. And obviously, Al Heyman of iBoxingHub is saying Fury versus Vidal Riley is needed. It's needed, but Palamos Music is right. Vidal Riley would absolutely massacre him. We saw in your call, you got a little glimpse, you know, when they asked him, you know, what do you think of a fight with Vidal Riley? We saw the comments, you know, he doesn't really That's tickets and all of that. No, but in theory, we know.
I can see that fight happening next. I can see if Fury beats KSI, I think he'll fight Riley, but it'll be in a Misfits undercard.
Yeah, if that's the case, make it happen.
Yeah, I can see that happening next. I would
love, cuz honestly, like I could give it and give comments about certain things, but if someone can prove me wrong, definitely. If Fury can prove me wrong and beat a Vidal Riley, then look, Riley can't fight under Misfit. So it has to be a professional fight. Away from this. Like, it's for me, he's making money now, young, but then you think about some of the prospects coming through, and they're thinking like, wow, like, you know, he's fighting these Misfits, and you know, I'm grafting my ass off, going up the ranks. I don't think he's beating the guys in the top 30. Like, honestly, cuz I don't think he's beating the guys in the top 30 from what I've seen. And look, pick up Al Heyman as well, just giving us that news that Vidal Riley's obviously signed with 258 Management, obviously AJ's management company. So big up to Vidal Riley, and he's also fighting next week, guys, in your call, I believe. So that should be a big event. Really excited about that, and cuz let's have it. Let's have the big fights, man.
Well, all I'm saying, guys, stay tuned in for next week. It's a big one. Canelo vs Charlo, undisputed. Yeah, but I
can't wait, man. But look, I know we're obviously coming up to the end of the show, man. So a few shout outs. Obviously, massive shout out to everyone that's involved in the channel. You know, growing the community. What we do is for you guys, and we wanna, you know, just continue to give you consistent content, but most importantly, give you access into the boxing world. So we've got some good news that's coming up in the next few weeks. So guys, make sure you are tuned in. And obviously, big up to my brothers, man. I obviously watched the fight with my brother Brian and also Corey. So it was a good little session watching the Zhang fight yesterday. So cuz, gonna hand that over to you, throwing you the baton.
Yeah, so we're here every Sundays and Wednesdays at 7:30. Like I said, next week it's gonna be a big one. You got Charlo and Canelo. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to that one there. Just remember, keep supporting us. Like, share, and subscribe. Just like, share, and subscribe. And we shall see you on Wednesday. Peace and love.
Another band, all the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a back by the Say, it's another one, yeah, it's a full strand, yeah.